Oney Lorcan. Christopher Girard, born December 21, 1985, is an American professional wrestler currently signed to WWE, where he performs on NXT and the cruiserweight-exclusive 205 Live brand. Under the ring name Oney Lorcan, he has worked frequently for independent promotions including Combat Zone Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Top Rope Promotions and Chaotic Wrestling under the ring name Biff Busick. He is a one-time CZW World Heavyweight Champion. In addition, he has appeared in notable independent promotions like Westside Xtreme Wrestling, Evolve, and Dragon Gate USA. Professional wrestling career. Early career, 2008-2012. Girard began training at the Chaotic Training Center in August 2008. After 2 years of training and working for Chaotic Wrestling, he moved to Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and Lorcan enrolled in the Storm Wrestling Academy in September 2010. After training with Lance Storm for 3 months, he moved to Dallas, Texas, and received additional training from Shofunaki. Combat Zone Wrestling, 2012-2015. Using the ring name Biff Busick, he debuted in Combat Zone Wrestling at CZW Cerebral, on October 13, 2012, in a dark match and he joined the front. Busick gained exposure in 2014 at the CZW Best of the Best 13 tournament, where Busick defeated Azrael, Caleb Conley, and Chuck Taylor to advance to the finals. However, Busick was defeated by Drake Younger. Next, Busick feuded with the CZW World Heavyweight Champion Drew Gulak. At CZW to Infinity, on April 27, 2014, Busick was defeated by Gulak in a title match. The following month, at CZW Proving Grounds, Busick defeated Gulak to win the CZW World Heavyweight Championship. Over 161 days, Busick defended the title against wrestlers including Danny Havoc, Mike Bailey, and Dave Christ. At CZW Tangled Web 7, Busick defeated Chris Dickinson to retain the title. After the match, his stablemate Sozio turned on him and challenged him into a match. Sozio defeated Busick to win the title. On November 11, 2014, at CZW Cerebral, Busick challenged Sozio for the title in a no-rope barbed wire match, but he was defeated. At CZW Cage of Death 16, Busick participated in a 4-way Cage of Death match for the title against Sozio, BLKGs, and Drew Gulak, but the match was won by G's. Evolve, 2013-2015. Busick made his debut in Evolve at Evolve 23, winning a 4-way elimination match against Green Ant, Josh Alexander, and Maxwell Chicago, advancing in the Style Battle 2013 tournament. At Evolve 24, Busick was defeated by Drew Gulak in the finals of the Style Battle 2013 tournament. At Evolve 28, Busick defeated Drew Gulak. From November 10 to 16, 2014, Evolve's parent company, WWN Live, held 4 events in a 10-day tour of China. Busick ended the tour with a record of 2 wins, against Timothy Thatcher and Jody Christopherson, and 2 losses, to Johnny Gargano and Thatcher. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, 2014-2015. On August 29, 2014, Busick made his debut for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, PWG, participating in their annual Battle of Los Angeles tournament, losing to Roderick Strong in the first round. He also wrestled the following night, teaming with Drew Gulak, coming up short against Redragon. He returned the following show at Untitled 2, losing to Tommaso Ciampa, and Black Coal Sun losing a 4-way to Brian Cage, which also involved UA Nation and Ciampa. On February 27, 2015, at From Out of Nowhere, Busick picked up his first win in PWG by defeating old rival Speedball Mike Bailey, before losing to Brian Cage at Don't Sweat the Technique. He also reunited with Gulak to compete in DDT4, losing in the first round to Ricochet and Rich Swann. He appeared at Mystery Vortex 3, defeating Timothy Thatcher before getting into a confrontation with the newly formed Mount Rushmore 2.0 and specifically Super Dragon before getting superkicked by the Young Bucks. He then participated in the 2015 Battle of Los Angeles, defeating Andrew Everett in the first round. The following night, he would team with Everett and Trevor Lee in a losing effort against Super Dragon and the Young Bucks in the very first six-man tag team guerrilla warfare match. He would then wrestle his final PWG match, losing to Chris Hero the next night in the second round. WWE 2015-present. On September 1, 2015, it was reported that Girard had signed a developmental contract with WWE and would be reporting to NXT the following month. He made his debut at an NXT house show on October 30, in a Halloween Battle Royal, which was won by Bayley. On January 9, 2016, he made his singles match debut under his real name, losing to Rich Swann. At a set of television tapings held on January 22, he made his televised debut, which aired on February 24, in a losing effort against Apollo Crews. He then wrestled in a dark match before NXT TakeOver, Dallas, where he lost to Manny Andrade. In June, Girard debuted the new ring name Oney Lorcan. On the June 22 episode of NXT, Lorcan defeated Ty Dillinger. On the November 15 episode of SmackDown, he made a main roster appearance, losing to Kalisto. On the December 14 episode of NXT, he lost in a match to Bobby Roode, losing the opportunity to be in a future Fatal 4-Way match to decide a new number 1 contender to the NXT Championship. On April 4, he appeared on 205 Live, losing to Rich Swann. From August, Lorcan feuded with Danny Burch. After the two traded victories, they formed a tag team and feuded with Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli. In early 2018, they took part in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, but were eliminated in the first round by team of Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. Lorcan suffered a orbital bone fracture during his tag team match with Burch against the Undisputed Era at NXT TakeOver, Chicago, requiring facial surgery. Lorcan returned 2 months to the day of his injury on August 16, losing to War Raiders at an NXT Live event. Lorcan spent the latter part of 2018 bouncing between the NXT and NXT UK brands. In February 2019, Lorcan and Burch were participants in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic tournament, but were eliminated in the first round by the Forgotten Sons. In March 2019, Lorcan took part in a tournament on 205 Live to name a challenger for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship at WrestleMania 35. He defeated Humberto Carrillo in the first round, but lost to Cedric Alexander in the second round. On March 26, 2019, it was announced that he was moving to the 205 Live brand, but would still wrestle for NXT. He then debuted on that night's episode of 205 Live, costing Alexander a match against Arya Daivari and attacking him after the match, establishing himself as a heel in the process. On the April 16 episode of 205 Live, he defeated Alexander in Alexander's final match on 205 Live. After the match, Lorcan shook Alexander's hand as a sign of respect, turning Lorcan face in the process. Other media. Oney Lorcan made his video game debut as a playable character in WWE 2K19. The NHL's Washington Capitals uses his WWE song Combative by CFO Dollar as its official goal song. Championships and accomplishments.